Welcome back to another day on the Finca. We've got a bit of cloud, fantastic. Not so hot, fantastic. We're going to start on the stables for Don Quixote and Goatee. We're going to start digging the post holes in. Plus we need to empty the trailer and get all that timber out of it, because we're going picking up probably this afternoon, hopefully, the sides that are going to go onto the posts to form the basis of the stable. Yeah, great day for it. We couldn't have asked for better conditions really, given that it's July. So let's crack on. Right, now for the holes. Let's hope it's not too rocky and we can actually get it would be great if we could get them all done, wouldn't it? So let's have a go. Well, that's kind of promising. First one's done. Not too bad at all, actually. Not too many rocks, just a bit of soil. I guess it's not going to be the same for all of them, but we'll plod on. I don't know if you can see them there. The little baby hatchlings. A few of them have just run off now. They must have literally just come out of their nest. They're not really doing much at getting airborne. It's just sort of scuttling across the ground. Oh, you can make that out. Oh, there we go. He's done it. Okay, so we're going for hole number 2 now. Right where that block is there. Between that hole and the other one is 5 meters. So we're going to get this one in, and then probably look to get our other corners in, because we need to make sure that it's square. And I'll show you in a bit, but the way you check it's square is to measure across the corners. So let's get number 2 in. So that's 3 of the holes dug. That's enough for today. We're going to nip into town and get some bits to get this tap fitted that we talked about the other day. It's far too hot to be out here now. Oof, 12:30. Yeah, it don't take long to get warm. Right, so we're going to pick our first tomatoes. We're reading different things on when to pick them. Some say you should pick them before they're totally ripe. Hello, Beryl. I've got a little assistant here. Is it Whisker? So if anyone's got any advice to offer on that, we'd be happy to receive it. At the moment, we're just going to take this whole vine here is ripe, so we're just going to take the whole thing off. like so. Look at them, lovely. They've actually got dust on them, so dusty here. Put them in there. Some of these are still green on the same vine, so we're going to leave them. And yeah, so any advice in the comments please would be much appreciated. When do we pick our tomatoes and how should we deal with them? Should we pick them on the vine? Should we pick them individually? Should we pick them before they're ripe? Can we leave them on the bush? Thank you very much. So I forgot to say before, we're back from the town. We've got all the bits we need for the tap. First we're going to have a bit of lunch though. And Sharon's cleaned the courtyard up this morning. How much better does that look now? With the trimmed tree and no mess on the floor. So we're having a light lunch. It's very, very hot. We don't want to eat too much. Maybe later when it's cooler. But for now, just to keep us going, we've got our own tomatoes. Look at them beauties there. Amazing. The first ones of the year. First ones ever actually that we've grown. We have our own olives and our own basil over the what's it, cheese there with the balsamic dressing. Absolutely fantastic. So bon appetit. We're going to eat this and then get on with the tap. Right, so I'm going to put an outside tap on the wall somewhere here. Every house should have an outside tap, I think. We haven't got one, so we're going to have one shortly. We've got all the bits we need. So the first thing I want to do, it doesn't actually matter where it goes. I've got an approximate location, but I'm going to drill through the wall from the inside, so I can. It doesn't matter where it comes out on the outside to a certain extent, but it matters on the inside where the hole is. So we'll go inside and get ourselves a hole drilled. It's not easy drilling holes through walls that are 2 foot thick stone in places. So look at, we've got an absolute monster of a drill. That's the bit we're going to put through the wall. The size of that, it's just over an inch, 25 mil, 26 mil, inch and a bit. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to run a longer, thinner one through. It's actually about a metre long, 3 foot long, the one, because I've either got one that's like not long enough or one that's massively too long. So we're going to run a small hole through, and then because that's not long enough to go right through the wall, we'll then have a mark on the inside where we can go sort of halfway through, and then come from the outside and come in from the other side, because we'll have, follow that existing hole that we made with a smaller bit. First of all, the drill though, it's an SDS chuck, and this is an SDS Maxi, which is pretty big and that size, but my drills are only normal SDS's, standard SDS bits. SDS is these things with they've got like a little chamfers and slots on them, and they're supposed to be better than normal twist locks, because you can't get any, once they're clicked in, you can't get any twisting in the chuck. You can see that. So we've got our adapter. The other thing you should do with them, a bit of grease on them, a little pot of grease. We'll just dip it in there. You don't need a lot. Spread that along there. Smashing, and then he goes in. Pull the. Oh crikey, it's heavy that. Pull the collar back. He goes in. Just twist it. He says, and it drops in like that, and then release that, and you're good to go. Right, so what I'm going to do. My tap outside wants to be just above the level of that windowsill, so sort of about here-ish. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the pipe through a little bit lower. It's going to come off here. I'm going to put a T in there, and then a 90 degree along there, a 90 degree through the wall, and then another 90 degree on the outside running up, which is then going to be tap fitting. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill the hole. Then fit the tap mount to the outside. So I got me a massive, the length of that, I don't even know if it would fit across here. This will go right through the wall, and then I can come in from this side with the shorter, thicker one, get as far as I can, and then from the outside I'll have a hole I can follow to come back in. So he goes in there, like so, just until it drops in, release the chuck, he's in. This should make plenty of noise. Plug it in. Let's make some noise. Get comfortable. Super. Have a look. Smashing. There it is. Perfect place actually. So, through with the big one now. That's just a ridiculous length of bit. Crikey, it's red hot. Right, so he's in. Let's see if we can make the hole big enough now for our pipe. Okay, now we need to clean up our mess. Okay. So I've got my pipe through on the inside. Need to clean up again now. And we're through on the outside. Next we need to fix this thing on the wall. I'm going to try and get it into that stone there. You only get tiny little holes to put it in with, but if I can sort of mark it up, 1, 2 and 3, I can just about see them, so we should be able to pick them up. So have a go. They're impossible to drill these. Right, stick some plugs in. See if they're anywhere near where they want to be for the tap. Right, we'll get that. Just about. It might not be straight, but I don't care. It's too hot. What I need to do now is get a piece of pipe that comes from there and into the bottom of this one when that's on the wall there. So I'm just going to cut a piece and stick my ends on. I'm ready to go here, and then I can just screw this directly back to the wall. The tap goes in here afterwards, that's not a problem. Right, so a piece of pipe. Okay, so I'll cut my pipe. I'm just going to put the ends on and attach it. We've got Beryl helping today. That's it. And there. Tightening down. Right. I just need the ends for that. Right, so he goes on there. He goes on there. So he goes on there that way, I think, now. And then that lot all sits in there, like so. Doesn't want to go in. That's it. It might reach. So we're all tight. I'll tighten these up properly with the thingies in a minute. Let's see if we can get it screwed to the wall. They don't even make these things proper so you can easily do it. Okay, tighten them up. Tap on the wall. Ta-da! Right, we'll get it all put together now and do the inside. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten these up. Pretty tight already. Without ripping it off the wall. Here's that wind again. So this is the tap. I brought it inside because the wind's too obtrusive out there. This just threads into that bit I've just stuck to the wall. So I'm going to wrap a bit of this modern PTFE stuff around it, round the threads, screw it in, pop it up. So all we do, like that, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it's 10 turns for a thread this size, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The container's broke because it's made in Spain and not a lot from Spain works. Right, cool, I'm going to put this on the wall. You just screw it on and then Get these the right size. Okay, posh tap this. It's got an hose pipe adapter. It's got the clip-on one as well. So yeah, how posh are we? So now we have an outside tap. All we've got to do now is connect it up inside. Obviously we need to cut into this pipe. I need to unplug the pump. Sharon's just going to turn a tap on to drain it, and then I'll close this valve at the end here, you can see, so we don't empty all the water from upstairs of the house and back into there. Okay, so now we can go and break into the pipe. So basically what I've done, I've got a T-piece here which is going to fit into our existing pipe and put an angle onto it. So that will go onto our existing pipe there, and then this will go to our new tap over there. I'll show you. Right, so I'm just going to cut this. It shouldn't go everywhere because we've depressurised it and turned the pump off. But you never know. It's certainly not easy to cut. Oh, there it comes. It has a bit in it, not much. Right, okay, we're in. Let's set up a bit. Stop the water coming out of it. So what I need to do now, put my knee under it, is I cut a piece out of that pipe so I can so each end will go into there. So it wants about, he's in there like that. Wants to be about there, I think. I'm gonna take it off there. This will make it easier for me to cut it, won't it? Alright. Things we have to do, eh? So then, put these ends back on here. He goes in there. These on this one. I'm trying to do it quickly because I'm red hot. I've had enough, and I'm ready for a cold beer, but I can't have one until I've done this. Right, it should now go into. There we go. He's tight. Get him back on there now. All I've got to do now is put one piece from there onto the bit we just put through the wall. Right, so I've got a piece. It's an extremely long piece. I'm just going to stick this end in. The bit we've just put through the wall. Right, and then cut this end to go into again. About there, I think. Can you see that? Yeah. Hopefully this will reach. When we're done, then we've got to just clean up all this mess we've made again. Right, it is in. Right. Any supports I need, I'll put on these at a later date. I just want to get it done. Right, we can power it up now and see what happens. Right, we've got no leaks inside, I've just checked. We've got no leaks on the outside. Let's see if it works. Hey, look at that. We have an outside tap, fantastic. I done a good job, well done. Right, we're all done. We've got our outside tap in. We've made a start on the donkey and goat stables and run. Yeah, happy days. We're not going to do a video tomorrow because we've got friends coming round and we're on a day off. So we've not had a day off probably now for a month, and we're ready for one. So we're going to have a nice relaxing day. We've got some friends coming up, go out for something to eat. I might dig a few holes in the morning, but we'll be back on, well, Sunday it'll be, but Monday for you guys. So thanks so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, consider subscribing. The button's down there. Check the little bell next to it and select all to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos. It doesn't cost anything either. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in 2 days.